Welcome students. Today we will start chapter 15th, probability. This is the last chapter for your class 10. In this chapter we will study something more about the probability. The probability is a ratio of the probable outcomes of an event to the total number of events. This we have studied in class 9th, and also whatever we have studied in class 9th, they are all experimental basis. That is, we have discussed about the experiment of tossing a coins. The probability has been based on the results of the actual experiments. That is, they are experimental based. And here in this we will study theoretical also. That is, theoretical based also. Here experimental based or empirical method. This theory has been its origin in the 16th century, when an Italian physician and mathematician J. Cardano, he has written a book, that is the book on games of chances. In class 9th, we have assumed that all the experiments have equally likely outcomes, and also we have defined this experimental based, that is empirical method of calculating the probability. We have been defined, that is the probability of an event. It has been defined that as it is an experimental basis, and it has been defined as number of trials in which the event has been happened. The event happened. Okay, and to this happened to the, this is the ratio of this one divided by total number of events or total number of trials. Total number of trials. Probability of an event has been defined as it is a ratio of number of trials in which the event has been happened to the total number of trials. That has been defined. And here in the earlier days, for experimental basis, for experimental based methods, they have tried so many different types of probability experiments. That is, they have taken a coin and tossed several times. After that, they have noted down the results. And after that, the theoretical method, the theoretical based method, that is probability of an event, it has been defined as number of outcomes favorable to event E divided by total number of events. This formula has been devised by Laplace in 1975, and he is basically who made the significant contributions to this field. And Laplace's theory of analytics and probabilities, it is considered that the greatest contribution for this field. And nowadays this has been extensively used in the field of biology, economics and physics, genetics, sociology, etc. Okay, so now we will take up one of the example so that we can understand. Let us discuss about something about tossing of coin. Coin is nothing but it has got only possible outcomes are only two. That is, it may be head or it may be tail. Okay, there are only two possibilities. Here we can write the probability for this one. The probability of an event can be written as the probability for getting a head event as, that is number of outcomes favorable to head divided by total number of possible events. Here total number of outcomes which are favorable to head means here there are only one only, and divided by the total number of possible events. Total number of possible events means it may be head or it may be tail. So there are two total number of possible events. Hence the probability of getting a head is equal to 1 by 2. In this way we are calculating the probability theoretically. This probability can be best explained by solving the exercises. Here exercise 15.1, in that question number 1. Complete the following statements. First one, probability of an event E plus the probability of event not E. Here we know that the probability of the event is nothing but the total number of probable events favorable to E, that is number of events favorable to E divided by total number of events. Total number of events. As per this, the probability of E means the probability of an event that what we are expecting. The probability of an event and the probability of the not E. Here for example this one, by considering head and tail, here the probability of an head is equal to 1 by 2 and probability of not head is equal to also 1 by 2, because here there are only two possible events. There are only two possible events. It may happen or it may not happen. Only two possibilities. It may happen or it may not happen. Hence, the probability of this and probability of this one, that is 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. This is equal to 1 only. Okay. The answer will be 1 only here. The second one will be the probability of an event that cannot happen is what? Such an event is called what? As we know that the probability which cannot happen means possibility of an event, it is not at all there. Means the probability of this one will be equal to 0. As the probability of an event which is always lies in between 0 to 1. Hence the probability of an event that itself not happening is nothing but the probability will be equal to 0. And such an event is called impossible event. Okay. This is an impossible event. Now we will go for this third one. The probability of an event that is certain to happen means the possibility of this event will definitely it will happen. Such an event is called what? Means this head or tail. Definitely one of this possibility will come. Means it is having a one only. So here the probability of an event that is certain to happen is called, it is the probability of that one will be equal to 1. And such an event is called that is sure event. These are the standard words. The probability if it is not at all happening means it is called impossible event, and the probability of that one will be equal to 0. The probability of an event that is certain to happen, it will happen only. The possibility of this one will be that is 1 only. Such an event is called sure event. The fourth one will be the sum of the probability of all the elementary events of an experiment is. Here what is called elementary event? For example, we are having one bag, and in that we are having red ball and white ball and blue ball. Okay, there are 3 balls are here. There are 3 balls are there. Okay, this is a bag which is having a red ball, white ball and blue ball. Here suppose without seeing this one of the ball we have taken out. And what is the possibility of getting a red ball? Here what is the possibility of getting the red ball means the possibility of red ball it may come. Okay, so the possibility of this one will be 1. And how many total events are there? That is red may come, white may come or blue may come. So there are 3 possibilities. So this is 3 possibilities. Here whatever that is favorable to this, as per the definition of the probability, that is total number of events which are favorable to this red are only 1. And the total number of events, that is RWB, that is equal to 3 here. Okay. Hence these each are called, that is this is called one elementary event, and this is also called one elementary event, and this is also called one elementary event. The sum of all the elementary events, that is 1 by 3 for red, 1 by 3 for white and 1 by 3 for blue, that is equal to what? 3 by 3, which is equal to 1. The sum of probabilities of all the elementary events. Okay. And the fifth portion, the probability of an event is greater than or equal to, it may be greater than or equal to 0 here as per this definition, and less than or equal to this is 1. Okay. The probability which is always lies in between 0 to 1. Okay. We will go for next question. Exercise 15.1. In that question number 2. Which of the following experiments have equally likely outcomes, and explain. Okay. Here first one, a driver attempts to start a car. The car starts or does not start. Okay. Here a car getting started or not started depends on how old the car is, and is there fuel in the engine, or it has met an accident, etc. Means it depends on the car's status. So the factors on which the car will start or not is not the same in both cases. Okay. So sometimes it may start or sometimes it may not start. It will be depending on the condition of the car. Hence here therefore it is not an equally likely event. Okay. Car will start or car will does not start. It depends on the condition of the cars. So hence this is not equally likely outcomes. This is not equally likely outcome. Okay. Car getting started or not started depends on car condition, that is how old car or fuel presence in the car, accidental status. Like this, so many other factors are affecting the car starting. Hence this is not an equally likely event. Second one, here a player attempts to shoot a basketball. Okay. So here also, shoot a basketball, he or she shoots or misses out. Here also, this depends on player ability. Okay. Hence, this is also not an equally likely outcome. A trial is made to answer a true-false question. The answer is right or wrong. The answer is right or wrong. See here, a question is there, okay, that is a true or false question. Here, the answer for this one, it will be true or it will be false. Other than this, there is no possibilities. Hence, it is an equally and likely outcome. The fourth one, a baby is born. It is a boy or girl. Means the question is whether the born baby is boy or girl. Here also there are only two possibilities. These are the only two possibilities. It may be a boy or it may be a girl. Hence, it is also equally likely outcome. Equally likely outcome means there must be a possibility of only these two. Other than these two possibilities, there is no any event which is possible. Exercise 15.1, in that question number 3. Why is tossing a coin considered to be a fair way of deciding which team should get the ball at the beginning of a football game? Here, the coin, I will put a diagram here. Okay, here the coin is having only two possibilities, that is tails or heads. Okay, when we toss a coin, the possible outcomes are only two. It may be head or tail. That is, I'll write here, when we toss a coin, there are only two possibilities, that is head or tail. Okay, these are the only two possibilities are there. So heads and tails are equally likely outcomes. Here there are equally likely outcomes. Therefore, the result of an individual toss is completely unpredictable. Hence, the result of an individual toss, it is completely unpredictable. Hence, this method of tossing the coin is considered for deciding which team should get the ball at the beginning of the football game, because there are no cheating have been expected here, and there are only two possibilities, head or tail, and their equally likely outcomes are there. So the result of this individual toss is completely unpredictable and it is unbiased. Exercise 15.1, in that question number 4. Which of the following cannot be the probability of an event? Here first we have to calculate the fractional, that is in the decimal form, and afterwards we have to compare with the probability considerations. Before going to solve this one, we know that the probability of an event, which is lies in between 0 to 1. Okay, this we know. And by knowing this one, you calculate the values of these fractions. And if it is within this range, then it is a possible event. If it is not, or if it is out of this range, then it is not a probability of an event. Consider A option, that is 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is nothing but here 3 6 18 and 3 6 18. And this is 0.66, and it is 0.66 is in between 0 to 1. Okay, hence it may be a possible event. And second option here, minus 1.5, means this is out of the range, because you see 0 to 1 means this is my 1.5 will be, that is in the negative scale, that is minus 1, minus 1.5. Okay, this is not a probable event. And here case of C, here 15%. 15% can be written as 15 by 100. And this can be written as 0.15. See, this 0.15 is in the range of 0 to 1, and hence this is possible event. And D option, that is 0.7, hence this is also possible event. And only thing is, this is not possible, and this is possible, this is possible, and this is possible. Okay. Exercise 15.1, in that question number 5. If P of E is equal to 0.05, what is the probability of not A? Here, before going to this, we know that the probability of E plus the probability of not E, this is not E, that can be written as E bar, which is equal to 1. Okay, this is the formula. Probability of events, here the probability of events plus the probability of not event is equal to 1. Hence, here he has given 0.05. this is equal to probability of event, that is 0.05, plus the probability of not an event is equal to 1. Hence the probability of not event is equal to 1 minus 0.05. Here this is equal to 0.95. This is equal to 0.95. Therefore, the probability of not getting a E, the probability not favorable to E is equal to 0.95. Exercise 15.1, in that question number 6. The bag contains lemon flavored candies only. Malini takes that one candy without looking into the bag. What is the probability that she takes out an orange flavored candy and lemon flavored candy? We will see, consider an orange flavored candy. Let the total number of candies, we will assume let total number of candies is equal to 100. Let us assume, okay, number of candies which are orange flavored. Number of candies which are orange flavored. Here it is equal to 0 because he has not mentioned the orange flavored candies. Only there are lemon flavored candies are there. And here number of candies lemon flavored. They are equal to 100. Okay, as he has mentioned. Now the probability of candy taken out orange is equal to, here the probability, that is number of candies which are orange, and divided by total number of candy. Here we will substitute number of candies which are orange flavored is equal to what? 0. This is 0 by 100. So what is the value? It is equal to 0. The probability of coming this one is 0 only. Means this will never happens. If the probability is 0 means this will never happen. Why it has never happened? Because in the bag only lemon flavored candies are there. Okay. We will take the second portion, a lemon flavored. That is probability of lemon flavored candy outcome. That is equal to number of candies which are lemon flavored, divided by total number of candies. Here this is equal to 100 by 100 because 100 number of lemon are there here. Hence the probability of this one will be 1. Means this will surely it will happens.